Hello, guys. Mike Butler here. Tell you what, we've got this big event coming up in Iowa, and I got my good friend here, Andrew Lietzel. He is the host of this thing. He's putting this shindig on for you, and I tell you what, today's Friday, and watch your mailbox. Hold that postcard up there, if you will, Andrew. Watch for this postcard. It's coming in your mailbox either tomorrow or Sunday. This is happening in less than a week, guys. We've got a luncheon meeting on Tuesday, and then that evening we have the regular monthly meeting. I'm going to be there, okay? Who is this guy, okay? Well, have you ever heard of a book called Landlording on Autopilot? It hit #1 bestseller on Amazon. That's me. I authored that book. I was the one that discovered that real estate investing is my true path to true financial freedom. And you're going to get some booby prizes here. Listen to this. How you can buy 50 houses a year while working your full-time job. I did it while I was an undercover police detective, and you know what? Time is so precious. I only had 5 hours a week to pull that off. I'm going to give you the secret scoop on how I did that, and you're going to get that free as a booby prize just for attending. Now, the first 2 days, they're going to happen at the Scout Center, and I'm sure everybody around your neck of the woods knows what the Scout Center is. Is that right, Andrew?
Most of them do, yes, sir.
Okay.
And we have excellent directions at multiple places on how to get there.
Okay, well, first off, let's give them the website where they can go to get all this information, register, and stuff like that. You need to do it now because it's filling up fast. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Her dogs are running amok, but go ahead. It's live.
Hey, the easiest way to get all the information, people, is just go to expo.IaREIA. That's IaREIA.com. expo.IaREIA.com.
Okay. And
there's
you're
a dot
going to
in
see
there.
that right
Expo.
below me and Andrew right here. See where
okay.
You see our faces side by side here? Right underneath that, you're going to see that website. You're going to see a phone number. What's the special phone number there, Andrew? I'm going to write this down.
All right, 515-710-1955.
Okay. Is that your used born? I don't know. But anyway, so that's cool. So if you've got any questions, call that there. But we've got some Power Pack days in here. And Andrew, if you could just roll them over, okay? Then this thing's filling up fast, guys. And this is, what would you call this thing? A 4-day expo? A 5-day? What is it?
Well, it's a 3-day expo with a regular meeting in front of it and 1 full day of QuickBooks out of the world training. We've never done it here. And since you're the author, you're the developer, and you're the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious investor,
I love that movie.
They're really, really going to be treated to something that is relevant. See, a lot of QuickBooks trainers, they don't run their own properties. They don't have 20 years. You started developing QuickBooks, the tenant tracking and investor books about when?
1990.
1990.
When I blew up.
So that's a little, yeah. Wow. So here you have the opportunity. This is for the REIA people and the landlords in particular. Don't get confused and think
training, Andrew?
It's all day Wednesday.
It's on Wednesday.
And we got it approved.
Let me tell you about this. Here's what it is. It's the only absolute complete system for real estate investors using QuickBooks Pro. So you can think it's QuickBooks for real estate. So it doesn't matter if you're a broker, a real estate agent, you got commissions, you got agents working for you, you're a hard money lender, you loan money to borrowers, you buy properties, you wholesale properties, you buy fix up and sell properties, you got rental properties, you got multiple entities, okay? All of this stuff is in this QuickBooks for real estate. And anything, imagine this, here's what it is. Anything that you can imagine doing in your real estate business, this will do it, okay? I'm not kidding, okay?
Yep.
We've got thousands of users all over the world with it, okay? So go on with your part of it there, Andrew, and we'll get into the others. We're going to try to wrap this up in about 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just want to say, when you opened up this packet, we had mailed it to 800 people, okay, and a lot of them are very familiar with the Scout Center, but this is what it looks like, the big building there. It's a beautiful place for training. We're going to pick up your lunch at
free
that,
food?
so you'll
free food.
That's all included with the registration. In fact, if you look for some coupons,
do you know the power of food?
We're going to learn.
Here's the power of food, guys. Here's what it is. So you're going to take a break. You're going to network with folks. Get this. He's providing lunch. So the power of food is we're going to get to network and talk to each other and meet and learn more and more and more, even during the lunch. So your education goes nonstop. And the best conversations happen over dinner, don't they? At the dinner table. Remember that, the power of food.
Well, we'll have people coming from all over the state. We have several people registered. I want to make sure that people understand that if you're a realtor or you're a third-party property manager and you need continuing education units from the Iowa Real Estate Commission, this class that Mike's talking about that he'll be training on has been approved. It took us a lot of effort to get that done. This is the first time this class has ever been offered in Iowa. You don't, and you don't have to fly to Orlando or Chicago or Las Vegas and pay hundreds of dollars on a airfare and extra lodging and stuff. And you get to see the author of the program, and it's just QuickBooks.
You know what?
It's 29 million people use it.
Everybody on this call owes a great big thank you to Andrew, because imagine having the best training session ever, and you get continuing education credits for it, and it's fun. It's not going to be boring like all them other ones you go to, I promise. Okay?
That's good. Yeah, we've got it down to it's very affordable. You know, you could spend a couple days out. You look on the internet and you look for it, and they're charging $550 for 2 days. You're going to give them something that's very, very narrowly focused on property management and real estate. So it's not about manufacturing.
What's the early bird fee? You got an early bird registration fee, or is this too complicated?
Yeah, it's on the form. If you have any questions at all, just refer to that. Call our office. But it is on expo.IaREIA.com. That information is down towards the bottom.
Well,
we even have a special coupon.
Let me ask you one question. If you're a member and you do the early bird registration, it can be as low as what?
Well, it depends on what day it is.
I'm sorry. Okay.
What day is it?
Just for the QuickBooks class. What's a QuickBooks class?
If you use a coupon, you're going to get 15% off. So, like if you're a single person and you wait till the last second, you're going to pay $129 minus. If you bring that coupon, we'll still give you 15% off. You got to bring your coupon with you. So, so you're looking at about $110.
Let me ask you this:
for the day.
If you register
now
and get the early bird discount, okay.
Just say, it's going to be more like $84, something like that, $80.
What's the lowest price they can get in if they take action now? $84?
Right around $80.
Okay.
Yeah.
With lunch. Cool. Okay. So tell us about these other days that are coming up. So that's Wednesday.
And it's the CEUs. You would pay that much for CEUs, and this is a double whammy for people because they'd have to go take their real estate continuing education unit somehow, anyhow.
So that's on Wednesday. That's a full day. Then we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tell me about that. And
then we're packing up our road show and everything, and we're headed to the Holiday Inn. We start registration at 7:30 in the morning, and that class starts at 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. All that information's on this form, and we kick off with attorney Christopher Warnock. We go all day long with absolutely awesome training. I could go through all of it. We've kind of done that already at the expo.IaREIA.com.
Why don't you mention the topics that we cover? Mention the topics.
Well, Christopher, if you're a rental property owner or a property manager in Iowa right now, you're probably aware that there are several class action lawsuits that originated in Johnson County. The attorney for the Iowa Tenants Project is our instructor. So in other words, he's going to take us through, here's all the things you should do to avoid a lawsuit.
Okay, so here's how to CYA, cover your butt, okay?
It's kind of technical, but it also has 3 hours of continuing education. Folks, this would cost you a whole lot more money than what we're talking about if you end up going to court because you don't have a good lease. So the next thing after that, we're going to have Jeffrey Watson. Do you know Jeffrey Watson from Cleveland?
Yeah.
He'll be training on Dodd-Frank and legal issues and protecting your assets. Always a good topic. I skipped over lunch and professional networking up at the top of the tower. That's where we'll be all day on Thursday, is up on the top of the tower, and we'll have That's when we'll have lunch. Then we'll have professional networking. Then we're going to go through the whole IaREIA lease, the landlord lease, and several different addenda. That'll just be an hour and go like this, boom, boom, boom. But we also have another track in the Northview room at the other end of the hall, the Home Depot. We'll be talking about programs for investors, Lana Schmidt. And then we'll have another investor who buys a lot of properties and flips them, has a number of multifamily units. What I do and why I like the Home Depot. Caleb Fritzler is the presenter that time.
Here's one thing about Home Depot, guys. Imagine this. Here's a huge benefit for you. Home Depot, how would you like to get huge savings and discounts on everything you buy? And not only that, get a rebate. They send you a gift card. I got another gift card in the mail last week, Andrew, for $380-something just from buying supplies that I'm going to be buying anyway from Home Depot. So that's a huge benefit. You need to learn how to sign up, get your butt in the program properly, and then you're going to get rebates, cash rebates on everything that you buy. Incredible.
There are a boatload of savings opportunities, and some of our most seasoned veterans for rehabbing continue to use the Home Depot. And if you've read the paper at all, the Home Depot is shifting a little bit of their focus even away from the do-it-yourself for small guy and gal. They're still catering to them for home use, but they're ramping up what they're doing for the contractors and real estate investors. Why? Because it works for them to have a customer that they're very familiar with. You get treated like your royalty practically.
Well, you're repeat buyers all the time. Yeah.
All the time. And the area profession, it's the pro sales area representative, Lana Schmidt, will be here. She works with 19 different Home Depots, mostly in Iowa, but in Omaha, all the way to Lincoln. Anyways, knows her stuff. It's a really great way when you come to an event like this, folks, you save yourself a lot of time. You know, you could search all year long looking for good vendors, looking for better knowledge on how to save money, maybe sharpen up your scope of work process in a rehab. So there will be just lots and lots of people, lots of events.
I'm going to push you.
Next topic.
All right.
Yeah, well, trauma and cleanup. John Kurtzengierna is just an expert. Heaven forbid you have a tragic accident at your apartment complex. Somebody dies, somebody gets murdered. Somebody has to come and help you with that tragedy. He actually does that. He's an ex-Marine, absolutely dynamite guy.
Biohazard cleanup?
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. And then we'll have a market update.
You get somebody shot.
Yeah.
You get somebody killed themselves in your place. I've had that happen. Okay, that's a good one. That'd be fun and interesting, okay? What's the next one, Andrew?
And he really knows his stuff, and right after that, most people don't see it on the schedule that was sent, but we squeezed in Rick Krause, who is absolutely top-notch on giving us a market update on residential rental real estate and what's the market like in central Iowa.
Man, talk about
he'll be here.
Where you're going to go. Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's good. What's the next one, Andrew?
Leave no tips for the IRS. And sleep well at night, too. This is Ying Saw, the founder of Community CPA. Ying Saw is absolutely dynamite accountant. Well, she founded a company, has about 16, 15-something different CPAs that work for her. She will be there and be spilling the beans on how to save some money, maybe do some cost segregation accounting to lower your tax impact. That's what it is.
Awesome.
How to lower the tax impact. Next one, legislative reception. Legislative reception. We're going to be on the top floor. We're going to have awesome food. We'll have a cash bar. Everybody that comes and registers for the event will have tickets in their name badge. One of those is going to be good for your first drink up there. We'll have so far we have 4. Party? It's a cocktail party, but with an emphasis on the fact that we have 14 legislators registered to come already, including the Speaker of the House. So,
you're a genius, Andrew.
yeah, that too. But we do everything we possibly can to make sure that people are getting just one heck of a bang for the buck, including the legislative angle of things. If we neglect that, we neglect that at our own peril. So we are forming relationships with the people that we need to have connections with on the Hill. We're right here in the capital city, and that alone, if you just can come to that legislative reception and stay Friday and Saturday, I'd come Thursday night and don't miss that. But there's so much good stuff ahead of it. Why not get in the car, drive there 5 o'clock in the morning, jump in your car, come to Des Moines, and you're going to you'd be amazed. This is going to be prepared to be amazed. Then there's an all-industry reception and vendor trade show starts right after that. We're walking around, doing a little grazing and talking to our great vendors. And then guess who kicks off? The super successful folks do the same thing, and now it's your turn.
Drum roll. All right. Tell them.
So that's Mike Butler. And then you're gonna wrap up that night.
Okay. What's that?
7 o'clock. Well, that's dig in, baby. It's your turn to dig in and make some money with real estate, and you're going to tell about your experiences, but also you're going to help. What are you going to do? Tell us, what are you going to do?
I'm going to help them get rid of that. Remember Albert Einstein's definition of insanity?
Oh, yeah.
Remember what that
Doing
is?
the same thing in the same way and expecting different results.
Yeah, doing the same thing but expecting different results. Albert Einstein said that's a definition of insanity. So you seen those commercials here lately where their head, like from here up, explodes? You seen that?
Yes.
For jet or
yes,
something?
yes.
That's what I'm going to do to you, okay? We're going to nip that in the bud. You're never, ever going to do that. How do you break that monotonous thing that doesn't work? Call it that paralysis of analysis or whatever it is. It's time to make a change, time to move forward, time to take action and get results safer, faster, and more efficiently. And have a wonderful life.
Absolutely. And that, by the way, is a free event. So anyone that's listening that's already committed, you're wondering, why am I taking time to listen to this? You're taking time so that see what's going on, so you can invite your friend. You have coffee with them or you meet them. Some other investor that's maybe a young person wanting to start out, or somebody that might be on the wrong track and you need to get a little readjustment in their direction. This is a free event.
So
just open to the general public.
That's Thursday?
That's at Thursday night,
right, let's get
7 o'clock.
Let's jump right into it. What's Friday? Topics.
Friday. It's so much information that you want to go through it. Friday.
Yeah, I want you to put the topics on there. Here's why you got to come, guys. Let's go through those topics.
We're going to start it off with a go deep, go long, go strong. That's me talking to you about why you want to be focused and why you have a long-term vision, intermediate-term vision, and a longer-term vision, and why you need to be empowered with good information. So like Ken Fisher says, 2/3 of investing is about avoiding mistakes. The other thirds is why you want to come here, Mike Butler, because he's going to show you how to turn this. You put processes in place to turn your business into something that's really profitable. It gives you, building wealth with rental real estate or even with rehabbing it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes some planning and it takes some process flow control and stuff. That's why you want to be...
put a rocket on your turtle, okay? You can put a rocket on your turtle and get there faster, okay?
That's what we're going to do.
All right, next
topic. And Mike... Matt Pillmore from Denver, Colorado is coming back by encore request. He's how to build a cash flow and a capital empire. We're also going to look on it. Well, we'll split into dual tracks for that session because Dan Firestone will be here talking about best-in-class tenant screening. The next is the legislative sessions. Then we have 3 different legislators, lobbyists, Joe Kelly, who is our lobbyist here in the state of Iowa and has been he's been a lobbyist for 35 years and been with us for about 25. Okay. And Charles Tassel from National IaREIA.
Oh my, what, you're in for a treat there. I know Charles. He's going to rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to give us some update with some perspective on what's going on in the nation. Jeffrey Watson will also be back for that session. Then we'll have a buffet-style lunch with the vendor trade show.
The power of
so
food.
That's just going to... Power of food comes back.
Okay.
You can't believe this dynamite food that the hotel has. They have a really great chef, and they're going to have some wonderful food. And it's just once a time... Again, this is just grazing food. You pick up what you want, you wander around, you get smart while you're eating, and get your questions answered from different vendors.
Right? The food is
That's all inclusive.
Yes.
It's all inclusive. You don't have to leave.
What we got after lunch?
After lunch. Then we're going to go to how to own real estate without mortgages with Matt Pillmore.
Okay.
And on the other side, we're going to get how to get them to spill the beans with Mark Gillette, our vice president. He's an excellent speaker and a great property manager. After that, we're going to get an update on heating, ventilating, and air conditioning and appliance repairs from our Platinum Vendor Partner sponsor, Green's Appliance. Then we're going to go to 3 hours with Mike Butler. Don't be napping. Don't miss 10 minutes after 3. Be there in the room because Mike Butler is going to kick it off again with what he's well known for all over the country. It is the QuickBooks Pro programs. He's going to explain. What are you going to do at 3 o'clock there?
Well, if it's a QuickBooks program, it's going to be a 75-minute presentation on the absolutely only complete system for real estate using QuickBooks Pro. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a condensed version of that all day. The all day, we're going to roll up our sleeves, get into meat and taters, and get that going on Wednesday. On this session you're talking about here, it's a 75-minute presentation on the benefits for you and why it's so wonderful.
Excellent. Well, we may be able to, that's great. And we may be able to work something else there, but we've got you for 3 hours, so we're going to pick your brains a little bit too. Is that all right with you?
Absolutely. That's what it's for. That's why you're coming here. Andrew's put all these experts together. Okay, keep going.
Well, we're going to do a dinner and awards. We're going to have a sit-down dinner.
Okay.
On the top of the tower again.
Now, is this including
more food?
The power of food. Yeah. Okay.
The power of food. Then we're going to have a live auction to support our PAC fund, the Iowa Rental Property Owners PAC fund. There'll actually be an auctioneer there. So bring something from home that you don't really use anymore. Maybe it's an artwork that's on the wall that you're tired of it, but somebody else will like that. And it's a great cause. We just have to register that you're donating this to the PAC fund. It can't be from you using your corporate account to go buy it or something. It's got to be out of personal funds, but something from your home, something from your checkbook. You could bring a Kentucky, donation. Kentucky bourbon would be great. Mike might bid on that. Bring something that a bath kit with the soaps and wines and candles in it, and the women will bid on that. Anyway, just bring something.
What about a horse?
Sure. Yeah. Your picture of a horse. I don't think we can get the horse up the elevator, but we can do it.
Do you have any unique items already donated that's going to be on this auction? 5-star thing?
We do have a few.
Okay.
We do have. We're going to have some pictures of the governor and the Iowa Landlord Association photo, but will be a spectrum of things. Okay, so a lot of people are just...
Call that number right there.
What's that?
Get your donation in, okay? Keep going.
Yeah, and then after that, after the live auction, then we're going to have the magic of Michael Oz, who's a very good magician, and that'll round out our evening. We'll go from 8 to 9, and then we'll be done at 9 o'clock.
Wow, that's entertainment. Holy cow. Okay,
absolutely.
So that's on Friday.
Yeah, that won't be tiring you out. You'll be getting rejuvenated because the next day, after you've had a good night's sleep, you're going to want to be there on time because Mike kicks it off with landlording on autopilot. 10 keys to consistently get paid over 100% of your rents. How does that work?
Every month, okay? The 10 keys, okay? I'm gonna share with you what I call the life cycle of a tenant from A to Z. And when you understand what point A is and you understand what point Z is, then it's simply a chain. It's a chain of links, and each one of those links, that's your 10 keys, okay? The 10 links to have a very profitable rental property business where you consistently get paid over 100% of your rents every month. Every month. I've got hundreds, I know I got hundreds and hundreds of folks using this system, and it works, okay? And I promise you, when you come to this session, you're going to say, ain't no way I can ever get 100% of my rents. He's lying, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee you, okay, at the end of that training session, you'll go, oh my gosh, if I do this, I know, okay? It's proven. I can get over 110% of my rent, over 100% of my rents every month. We've got folks, 110% is my goal. We got folks doing 112. And it's very simple, guys. It's right under your nose. You just can't see it, okay? So, and I'm going to put a commercial in here. Time for commercial break. Ready? Sponsored by Andrew Lietzo. Get yourself a table. If you've got a product or a service for real estate investors, for landlords, for anything like that, I don't care what it is. If you can envision having a real estate investor or property manager or landlord as one of your customers, You need to act now. Call this number that you see down here. Call this phone number right there and get yourself a vendor table, I believe is what he calls it. I don't know the prices. They start off pretty darn cheap. And now you can have all of these folks attending this expo come by your table, give them your business card, pitch your product, pitch your services, and you might get a new lifelong customer just from doing that. So thanks for that commercial break. What's next, Andrew?
No, yeah, and that is so true, too, because you and I have been to so many different events. It only takes you to get one connection sometimes from an event like this. And like you said, it could last a lifetime.
Yeah.
It could last a lifetime. Some of these events can be life-changing. In fact, I think this one will be for some people maybe never been to a real estate investors conference. This will be, I flat out guarantee you, if you're there and you're going to the sessions, you're not just there in the restaurant having a cup of coffee with your buddies, but you're in, paying attention, taking notes, you're going to get several great ideas some of which will change your life. Your trajectory of your business will be changed this weekend, maybe.
I forgot one big group. One big group I forgot. It's the real estate agents and real estate brokers. It's a huge, huge market.
Yes.
Face-to-face, the folks are going to bring you repeat business. Let's go on to the next one. I'm sorry. We got to get this puppy
Well, that's
over.
okay, but one thing I think is so important about what you just said a little bit ago about the type of investor that this particular event is catering to. Now, we have many investors that have 100, 200, 500,000 units, but we have way more people that have a couple, onesies and twosies up to 100. We have a lot more. And the thing about what Mike's going to be training about is to help the beginner all the way up to people that have couple 100, 300, 500. I mean, your system, I know, is being used by people who have hundreds of units, the QuickBooks. And it's just QuickBooks. It's not some sophisticated thing. It takes you a week to learn how to use it. I mean, there's little tweaks that you've done that made it so easy. You push a button, print your 3-day late notices.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any more. It's like brain dead simple.
I want to polish who's going to attend. Can I do that?
Yes. Please tell us who should be there.
Okay. If you're a brand new investor, you're greener than a gourd. This is a must-attend event to kick off your real estate investing career the right way, the safe way. Got all the resources. Just imagine going someplace for one weekend and you got all the experts here to give you good, solid, pre-qualified advice from Andrew and his organization. Okay, resources, vendors, services, legal service, all kinds of stuff, okay? So the beginner investor, that's a no-brainer. What about the intermediate investor? Okay, I don't want to focus on quantity, but if you feel like you're an intermediate investor, once again, look at everything jam-packed into one event just for you. Andrew pulled that off. Now, what about the seasoned, the old pro? Now, I've got investors, and I promise you, we're going to meet investors at this event that's going to have 30, 40 years experience as a real estate investor. And guess what? It might blow your mind, but they're going to have their butts in the seats right next to you, the beginner investor, right next to you, the intermediate investor. You're going to get to have lunch with them. Remember the power of food? Now, why do these folks with 30, 40 years experience, seasoned pro investors, want to attend this event? Because they're going to bring back tips. 1 or 2 tips might add another $10,000 to their bottom line, learning how to do something less with less headache, less frustration, less steps to pull it off. Okay, and then you got the real estate agent and the real estate brokers. Okay, golly, they're your bird dogs for all the investors. Real estate agents, real estate brokers.
You're a broker.
Yeah, I'm a broker.
You're a broker.
Real estate agents work for me, and everything's done within that course. I don't want to get off topic, but this is if real estate is in your business, okay, this is a must-attend event. So let's go the next day, get on those topics again, and wrap this thing up, Andrew.
Yes, it's Saturday, and we've finished with the first session. We're going to go back to tenant screening with Dan Firestone and talk about a new product that you could register for it at the event. If you're a landlord, you could register for it at the event, and a half hour later, you could send a link to your tenant who could apply online to get himself screened. It's a great product called Reply Connect. We'll hear about that. We're still trying to make final arrangements whether John Parent from Bridgewell Capital will be there in person or he'll be there in a video conference. but he's all about private lending. I think they're in 42 different states around the country. They have an absolutely outstanding private lending program, and he'll be in between there. Then we're getting the rest of the day is the Mike Butler show. Uh-oh. So how to buy without banks. You're starting at 11 o'clock, and you're going to go for about an hour and a half.
Okay, watch this.
What are you going to learn from?
I'm going to cut you off for just a second. Remember those those beginner investors, those intermediate investors, even the seasoned old pro. Okay, imagine this. Okay, you might say, well, I don't want to be a landlord. I just want to be an investor. Blah, 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 blah. Watch this. Even the burnout landlords, even the folks that hate tenants and toilets. Watch this, guys. What would your life be like if you had 20 nice rental houses paid for? Every person I ask that question to, even the ones that just had one heck of a ride with tenants and toilets, they'll say, oh, life would be great. Well, guess what? The only way you're going to get those 20 nice rental houses paid for is to buy them. Okay? So you got to learn. You got to learn how to buy. You don't want to pay market value. I'm going to show you. This guy here has never gone to a bank to buy an investment property. Money Magazine did a story on me, and I'm going to show you. Stop chasing foreclosures, short sales, all that kind of stuff. There's been one common denominator in every deal that I have done. Okay? It's a motivated seller. I'm going to show you how to identify those in 90 seconds or less. Okay? So you got to learn how to buy and how to buy right and get great deals and get killer deals. And you're going to get the Mike Butler Investors Pledge. You're going to raise your left hand or right hand or both hands. I don't care. And you're going to take it. Okay? And it's going to be that I promise you will be life-changing. When I implemented my own Mike Butler Investors Pledge, I guarantee you that thing has produced over $500,000 in unseen, hidden profits just for me. And I'm going to show you how to do that too. So that's coming up. What else on there?
We're going to do lunch again.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to do lunch again.
God.
You don't have to leave. You don't leave. And you mentioned about the vendors. And that day, we're still working hard to make sure we get maximum value for people. So while you're there, we'll have vendors who are oriented to helping rehabbers and real estate entrepreneurs. And some of our vendors from the prior 2 days may be there, but it's going to be a great time. And you're going to cut your time down for searching for the good vendors that you want to deal with, because some of you do some powerful networking, and the vendors will be right there. Then we're going to go to some of the most important part of the day is marketing, negotiations, filling vacancies with good tenants. Tell us about that, Mike.
Wow. Remember the life cycle of a tenant from A to Z? Well, I'm going to share with you what point A is, and it's going to blow your mind. Okay? Most people think, well, it's when you give them the keys. No. That's not when it starts. Okay? In my business, now listen to this very carefully. 9 times out of 10, when we have a tenant turnover, we've got a tenant already approved, ready, waiting, foaming at the mouth for this tenant to get out so they can move in. And if you can do that, guys, okay, that's part of the marketing now. And when you can perfect that, like my system is, okay, when you can perfect that, guess what it does to your tenant turnover cost? No more utility bills, no more lawn service. It just goes down, down, down. Plus, the stuff that needs to be done on that tenant turnover, the guys are they got a fuse lit under their butt to get that down, because these people are breathing down their back to move in. Now, if you do it the old school way, I'm going to show you some training videos. You're going to get to meet pros. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many, and I'm going to refer to this because this is me too, okay? Mom and pop investors, okay? They got a job. You got something else going. You got a tenant turnover. Oh, no, I didn't have that planned for this year. And so now you can focus on getting it cleaned up, getting it ready, blah, 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 grass getting cut. Oh, my, so now we got it ready to rent. Now we got to go find a tenant. And so all that stuff can easily drag out to well over a month. You're never going to get that lost rent. You got more expenses with that, utilities, property taxes, lawn service, whatever it is, okay? And that's very expensive. And if you write checks, not swing a hammer, not swing a paint roller, but if you're a good investor that has delegated those tasks to someone else so you can write a check and pay for it, the average tenant turnover cost today is anywhere from $3,500 to $4,600, depending on the region that you live in of the United States. That's outrageous. How long is it going to take you to make that up? Okay? So imagine getting that down to 1 day or a day and a half for a tenant turnover. That's life-changing, okay? And the tenant gets the place ready to rent. The one moving out makes it rent ready. You're going to see it firsthand. You gotta see this one. Okay, keep going.
Well, I know you. I've known you for over 6 years. The last time you were here is 2010, and we're having you back for a reason. Mike Butler's systems are grounded on the real earth. It's not some fantasy world. He's not a super guru that just learned how to speak well. I mean, you've been doing this stuff. You've been talking the talk and walking the walk for decades.
Yes.
So do you think maybe he learned something?
My own business has hundreds. My own business has hundreds of rentals. Okay. Yes. And
yes. Yes. So you sharpen your axe, and when you're talking about having a waiting list for the tenant, the next occupant of that property, wow, that's using your noodle. So that's the kind of processes you want to have, and Mike has good formulas for that, good processes for that. But I'm really excited about the thing you're going to the session we're going to have that's going to close out Saturday and basically lead us to the close of this whole event. Maybe the absolute best one. You don't want to go home early. Don't go watch the baseball game or basketball game or something like that. You want to be in the seat, because jumping Jehoshaphat, it's going to be Mike Butler sharing his super secret sauce. And what's that called?
Which one?
Jumping loans.
Oh, jumping loans.
Yeah, they're all secret. They're all super secret sauces, I know, but that one about sharing jumping loans, I never heard that term before. Talk to us about that. What is that?
Well, jumping loans is a Mike Butlerism, okay? That's a term that I came up with, a strategy that I use to buy property, to buy investment property. And mine is so unique, it's been reviewed by a U.S. attorney, a green light, thumbs up, okay? And it's been reviewed by a Commonwealth attorney, those that prosecute criminals in the state. And I'm not even going to mention this other word, because I can tell you what, there's many gurus out there that teach on a topic that this is similar to, but what they don't do is they fail to disclose all the skeletons in the closet and the things that can come up and bite you in the butt and put you in a big mess, okay? And so jumping loans is the perfected system of doing this the right way. And I refuse to even use that other word in this subject here. But just imagine this. No loans, no money. I've never gone to a bank to buy an investment property. You too can do this, and ultimately you can pay cash for houses. And remember this, I started off, Andrew, with less than $1,000. Less than $1,000 in my police officer's credit union. My wife was in nursing school. We had 2 beautiful daughters. I didn't have no money for a down payment. I couldn't do it. They wanted 25% down back then when I got started. Very similar to what's going on today. So can't do that. Do yourself a favor. You owe it to yourself, your family. If you got a passion within your heart right now, and you know and you believe that real estate investing is your true ticket to financial freedom, for yourself, your family, whatever your dreams are. And that will give you the time to do the things that you want to pursue in life, your passions, whether it's helping others, whether it's playing with, what do you call it, poison oak or poison ivy in a garden somewhere, or you want to sit on the beach and get those umbrella drinks, or you want to play with kids or volunteer in a hospital, whatever your passion is. Real estate has helped me do that. I'm the oldest of 7 kids that grew up on the poor side of the tracks, okay? I didn't have any superstars. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't even know any IaREIA groups existed when I started buying real estate, and just using common sense. Didn't understand any tax laws, anything like that. This is an event, if I was getting started today, this is a must-attend event. You're going to be overwhelmed. Have you ever seen a fire hydrant running wide open, Andrew? Have you seen
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Isn't it just gushing out of there? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just imagine all that gushing out of there at full force. That's all the information, the resources, the stuff you can learn. Now go up there and try to take a drink from that. Go ahead. Is it hard?
Yeah, it'd be real hard. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Boy, just a ton of content there. So guys, go ahead. I got a special deal I'm going to do with you right now. The next 50, okay? The first 50 folks who register right now, okay? Not tomorrow, not next day. The first 50, I got a little ticker going, okay? I'm going to give you.
Yep, I'm going to write this time down.
Okay.
We're on Friday afternoon.
Okay. The next 50 people.
2 o'clock.
The ones that are already registered, and the next 50 people who take action right now, and it's going to be cut off, I promise, okay? Because I just don't have enough to go around. I'm going to give you, okay, an audio CD on how I buy 50 houses a year, how I did it, how I buy 50 houses a year while working my full-time job as an undercover police detective, okay? Now, and get this, only had 5 hours a week to do it in. That's the big part. So you have no excuses. If you've got a job, if you're doing this. I had a job. I had a full-time job. I worked overtime. I went to court, took my kids to school in the morning and the afternoon because my wife was in school nursing, so I picked them up from daycare. I had, Girl Scout basketball games to do, brownies to do, helping sell Girl Scout cookies, all this other kind of stuff. So my time was very, very limited, very precious. 5 hours a week is about all I could scrape up. So I implemented a system that I'm going to share with you on this audio CD. Okay, and you're going to get that absolutely free. It's about a 56-minute, 1-hour training audio, and you're going to get the inside scoop on how I structure that and how you can pull it off too. It'll work anywhere that you want to invest in real estate. So how about that? What about a 5-minute pitch here for your event there, Andrew? Oh, did I tell you about the mega booby prize?
I tell you what,
all right.
We're going to sit down for a couple minutes, and I know some people don't like to watch a video over 2 minutes, but they're missing out on something great. You did an excellent job in reviewing the whole thing. If there's any other questions, I can't imagine what they'd be. Just to make a decision whether you're going to be in real estate investing, coming to a meeting like this, an event like this, put on by an association, we're not going to be selling a $35,000 program and asking you to run your credit card up to $35,000 or $50,000 and over lunch, ask you to mortgage your future. What we're going to do is try to give you the information you need to have to really take your business to the next level. If you're a beginner, you're going to leave this with a very, very good road track for success. This was an unsolicited testimonial that Mike put together about me, and some of you may wonder, well, why do you do this? Why do you put on these events? This is our 8th annual event, Mike.
Yes.
I can tell you that it's some work. It is a little work.
I know it's
but you know how it is. But the thing is, why do we do this? Because the benefits that will accrue to you will flat out change your life. And I'm not just saying that. The reason I'm so passionate about it is I started buying real estate in 1978. They hadn't hardly invented the FICO score. And I kept buying and buying and buying, thinking the next one's going to cure my property management weaknesses and my cash flow problems. And if I'd have learned how to buy right in the beginning from a guy like Mike, gets you started on the right track. If you're buying 50 houses a year and you're buying them right, you're getting wealthy quick.
And never going to a bank.
But the thing is, the thing is no matter what your rate is, you just want to be making wise decisions. It's not going to be perfect. You did talk about the dangers of paralysis by analysis. That there's danger to it. And what makes that go away? Having enough knowledge that you can make informed decisions, and having a few friends that if you're a little doubtful, somebody you met at this conference, you can pick up the phone, call them and say, hey, Joe, would you come over and take a look at this place? I'm getting ready to make an offer in this house. Or you made them make the offer and you say, would you come inspect it with me? That's the kind of power that you'll get from hanging out with guys like Mike Butler and other people that come to our events.
Okay.
So with that, I just was very honored and humbled by this testimonial you wrote. But the fact of the matter is, REIA group leaders across the country exist to help our members become successful.
That's right.
And
put that up on your website there, Andrew. And I got to tell you about the Mega Door Booby Prize. Yeah. That's going to happen at the end of this event. At the end of this event, and here it is in a nutshell. The serious investors, okay, Andrew wants to reward the serious investor who takes advantage of all the learning opportunities, of learning strategies, systems, all this and that throughout this 3-day event. Now, you attend every session in this. You're going to be automatically qualified to get your name tag thrown into a fishbowl, okay? And it's going to be only those folks who have attended every session throughout the 3 days. We're going to have a mega booby door prize drawing at the end of this. It's a $2,000 special gift just for you, okay? From me to you in honor of Andrew hosting this event for all of the investors in your region. Okay, so with that, go ahead, register now. Click that, call the number. Remember, the next 50 is going to get this extra early bird prize, if we want to call it that. Okay, so register right now. I want to see you there. You got any questions? Do that. Remember, if you got a service or a product that any investor, real estate agent, broker, property manager can benefit from, and it runs the gamut, everything from a plumber to insurance to bathroom repair to carpentry to roofers to just anything, okay? And if you own a hardware store, anything like that. So get a hold of them. I'll see you first thing at lunch on Tuesday. How's that, Andrew? Sign up now.
That's fantastic. Thank you for your time. We're going to get to have Mike Butler here for 5 days, folks. And if you come on Tuesday and you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I'll have time to come that whole thing. Well, we're going to give you ways where you can come and grab something important to you. But I'd start Tuesday. Don't wait till Wednesday to Thursday. Come Tuesday. Either come to the Lunch and Learn for the landlords, primarily landlords and property managers, or come in the evening. Then you're going to get a real good understanding of what you're going to experience. And I'm telling you, you're going to make sure you can clear your slate if possible. Take some personal time, take a vacation day,
Absolutely.
Do whatever it takes to free yourself up. You're going to save hundreds in travel, hundreds in lodging, whatever, but you're going to get thousands of dollars in value.
Wow.
Right there in
This is the Real Estate Investor University. Andrew's our Dean of Students and Dean of Education, Dean of the Curriculum. And guys, I'm not kidding. Take some vacation time if you have to. You will not regret this. I wish I would have had this opportunity when I got started. I'd have done it over and over. If you were to ask me, what things would I have done when I got started with what I know now? This is one of those. This is a must-attend event. It's going to cover all the bases. You're going to get the best well-rounded knowledge, especially if you're a new investor or intermediate, seasoned pro. That's why they continue their education. But anyway, guys, we bumped our gums enough there. I'm looking forward to seeing you, having the power of food for both lunch and dinner and networking, trade shows. I mean, you got it all. You got it all, okay? There's no excuse, okay? Register right now.